Now, coming to you from Lagos, Nigeria, it's Moments Girls Talk. Tonight, we take on the life and lifestyles of smart, successful, and single women and men.
Marriage is not a you will go to heaven. Marriage does not guarantee that God is going to give you preferential treatment. Marriage does not guarantee that you will live longer than the next person.
The ladies are joined by recently single entrepreneur and ex-beauty queen Deborah Lawson, as well as funny man Kunle Idowu, otherwise known as his alter ego Frank Donga.
Being married doesn't change people's perspective of you. Someone doesn't like you, they don't like you, whether you're married or not. If they like you, they like you.
I think the most important thing is to be happy. Whether you're single or you're married, be happy, fulfilled.
All this and more starting now.
Which of the camera?
Just look at anyone.
This one.
We'll follow you.
So, in case they're watching, the common man that's looking for a job, they can help us. One or two things, job issue, to secure it. Because securement is better than loss. Sorry, not that.
Welcome back to Moments Girls Talk. We're coming to you from Lagos, Nigeria. The table is full, the ladies and the man. We're here to talk into your soul. Don't say we're ready because they're about to cut into my poetic
Exactly, that's why
flow.
I did what I just did.
Okay, so I'm going to delve into the topic of today. It's something that I'm very, very passionate about. When I say passionate, I can go crazy about this. Because I hate when people sort of, define who you are by your status. It's very hard. It's a hard thing to break out of because people do it even without realizing. But on this particular issue, which is the single or married issue, marriage is not a you will go to heaven. Marriage does not guarantee that God is going to give you preferential treatment. Marriage does not guarantee that you will live longer than the next person. Marriage doesn't guarantee anything. But why is it that when you see a single girl who is, maybe she found the cure to AIDS, for instance, she has 7 degrees, she's qualified at doing anything, the only thing they say to look at her and say, hey, yeah.
When are you going to
she's
marry?
not married. And this is how they do it. Hey, you talk about that girl. Women to women, we do it to ourselves. We talk about, Michelle, which Michelle? That Michelle that went to Harvard. Oh, the one that also had like 7 degrees. Are you serious? She's in town. Yes, now don't you know? She just found a cure to AIDS. So lovely. But God will answer her. Hey, yeah, she must find a husband. Like, why do we think that marriage is something that people attach to every single thing? Like, why is marriage so important?
You say, why is marriage important? To mean that normally, when somebody born a small child, as in fresh, so they train it up, her up, school and everything. So they just calculate that by the time this person will win 1 or 2 awards, scholarship, pass through school, learn lawyer work or learn mechanic, anything learn. By the time it's mature, full, then I say, okay, what next? You two start paying school fees. So
you have to be married to pay school fees.
Yeah, because if you marry now, the end product will come out. Everything by calculation then. It's cultural matter then. You understand?
Okay,
Just to
can we get
populate
Kunle to answer the question now that Frank has answered?
I mean, it's basically something cultural, partly religious too, because people assume that society assumes that.
She's just being introduced to the split
Sorry,
personality.
this is the real him.
This is the real him.
Yes, okay. So his name is Kunle.
Oh, that's his ego.
That's his alter ego.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I don't think-
Kunle,
I'm
Dabota.
sorry, I don't think we've met yet.
Okay,
This is nice to meet you.
Dabota, Kunle.
Nice
Yeah.
to meet you.
Okay.
What's this?
Moving on.
Yeah, but it's really the same thing we're talking, because at the end of the day, I think people have to really consider the costs and answer the question, why am I really going to this? Because there's no point if you go to school just because your friends are going to school. Chances are that you might face 1 or 2 challenges and you would feel really, you might want to drop out. And let's face it, the world is evolving. So that's the thing. It's not because whether you're married or you're not married, you cannot be successful. But the thing is that, yes, because if you combine 2 forces,
Frank, I can't deal with you
Like Two-Face. No, that's not what I like. Maybe like meter now, one face meter. If you become Two-Face, no, not that. There's meter, Two-Face, meter. Just be, understand?
Giving electricity. So
Wonderful.
you've been married
Moving
before and you're now single. Did it affect you? You have a successful business that you run. Do you think that people react to you differently when you were married now that you're single, or when you were single before you were married and now, I mean?
I think it depends on what you allow into your personal space and how you react to what they give to you is what they're going to continue with. So for me, I don't really see the difference. I try my best to focus on the positive because everything around me personally is not negative, regardless of how it's been written or classified in the media. It's all good from the inside, so it's always going to be positive coming up from me. It has never really defined me, you know, before I did, after, whatever the situation has been. I've always been Dapoto, I've always been vocal, I've always been that person who some people might see as quite vain or, you know, whatever they want to see you as. Being married doesn't change people's perspective of you. If someone doesn't like you, they don't like you, whether you're married or not. If they like you, they like you. If they genuinely like you, I mean, they would like you through, before, during, after, or, you know, or whatever the case, or whatever situation.
I think you've made good points, but one of the things that I've noticed in Nigeria, I really don't know how it is in a lot of other African countries, but there's a very big difference in how people are treated when they're married, when they're single. If literally, like, from one day to the next, as soon as you get engaged, the way people talk to you, so the way they address
Can
you.
you add in what you're saying, Michelle, can you add, not just when you're single, can you add when you're successfully single?
Very
because
true.
there's a difference. When
Very
you're
true.
just single, as
Very
a successful
true.
woman, the pressure is even worse.
Very
They
much
think
so.
you are not married because you're successful.
Because you're
Focusing on your
exactly.
career
So it's
too
like, when
much.
are you going to marry? And one of the most irritating things, I'm sorry to say, is when people actually leave those comments on your social media pages. If you're putting something up that you're happy about or that you've achieved, congratulations, but won't you go and marry? So how is that? To me, it's like, how is that relevant?
But sometimes it's also, like I was just saying now, it's how you see them. Like if I see a negative comment, I don't imagine is anybody important, sensible, or whatever. The idea that I have of you cannot be half as bad of what, well, it's 10 times worse than whatever you're thinking of me.
Very true.
So my opinion of you is so bad that your opinion doesn't matter to me.
It's not even a matter of.
worse
It's not even a matter of
already.
taking into consideration
You
the
know?
person's comments. It's because it's.
I think
it's almost like it's a cultural, general
this is like
thing.
something that, forget social media, forget comments, it comes
It's
and
there.
affects your life.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It affects
yes.
the way people perceive you, the way I'm treated. And I'm going to share some examples coming up next. This conversation is going to get very, very interesting.
There should be harmony in everything that you're doing, so that people can actually see you, and you too can actually be yourself. A lot of us are lost.
Welcome back to Moments in Nigeria Girls Talk. We are having a really interesting conversation about being single and successful, whether you're a single woman or a single man. And before the break, we were just talking about how in Nigeria specifically, people seem to want to target
That's the
single
insult,
and
the
successful
disdain,
individuals by pointing it out that you're not married. I'm assuming maybe because some people are actually offended by it. But I think the other people, literally, it's like you're getting on with your business and doing whatever it is you need to do. But my question is, why is it that we as a nation, because it's everybody in Nigeria, or at least the majority of people in Nigeria, that have the view that if you're single and you're successful, it's because you spent too much time pursuing your career, and that's why you're single.
Oh,
so we're going to
using
use
this
it. We're going to use it to insult you, and it's both ways, but predominantly with women.
It's weird how, as a child, as a girl child, you're told to go to school, leave boys, focus on your education. You do all of that. And when you become successful, you would think that because you're successful, you would be an easy catch for any man with a good head on his shoulder, because guess what? You come with no liability. You come with no, I come and pay my father's school fees or come and help my children. You would think that for that reason alone, a man will see what you bring to the table. But men are, let's not even lie, men are intimidated by successful women.
Why?
Finish.
Frank?
Because you see the way this thing is now. Generally, men feel for you to even have the confidence, what in street language is called lever,
Okay.
to have the lever, quote and unquote, to walk up to a lady and say, you know what, I think you're beautiful. Can we go out sometime next week? You know, I'd like to spend some time with you. And it intimidates someone who's not on your level of success. So first, that alone puts off a lot of men. So you become an easy target to men. Unfortunately, some other women too, who probably envy what you have because they know it's not generally in your power to do the walking up to. You see? Funny enough, some men do experience similar things to what ladies experience when you achieve a certain level of success and you're a certain age, you're in your 40s, early 40s, you're pushing mid-40s, like, what's wrong with you? And people immediately start to assume there's a character flaw
In the man.
in the guy, and also for the lady.
Yeah.
For the lady, people think there's a character flaw, either because you are too arrogant, too proud, you can't submit to a man, that's why you don't have a man, or because you are too snobbish, you know. And for the guys, they think probably you too have long throat.
Is it
You know,
ritualist?
you're something is, or you're
something wrong with your
impotent, or
family.
something,
Yeah.
or, you're,
Yeah.
you're, or, you know, or you can't perform, and that's why you can't have a relationship going on. So it's a cultural thing, unfortunately. But you see the society we live in today. I mean, what age do people come out of schools before they get jobs? And
True.
the jobs aren't
Everything's
even there.
pushing backwards.
Yeah, you understand. So
Yeah.
because of that, I think it's important to have a shift in the mentality, in like a paradigm shift, to have a shift in what the culture dictates. And
But Frank, the problem is that the men don't have a shift. I mean, this is a situation where on average you see men who are 30, 34 marrying girls who are 25, 26. That's that gap. Why? What are you?
I think Bolanle gets where
Why?
I'm going to.
What
in
is
terms
that?
of even when like you now, Dabuta, you have this huge cosmetic line. You're doing very well for yourself. Let's be honest here. Do you find it? Do you think? Do guys normally step up to you? Do guys normally the
Not
kind of
really,
guys that?
to be honest, not really. But then also, it also depends on the environment that you find yourself in. I think a lot of Nigerian or African women, we have this image that we put out there, and then what we do on the inside is different. Where we go to is different. Where we hang out is different. So you're this successful woman that a lot of people have seen in the media or they see on social media, but you're a completely different person in your character, in your home. You know, like I saw someone the other day, I'll just give you this example, and this is somebody who claims to be very wealthy and successful. And I went home to the house, and for me, I was just like, I hope this is not too petty, but I actually was judgmental about the type of plates, cutleries, and cups and everything that were in the house, because I feel like everything should translate into who you are. That way, your true self will really come out, and whoever would appreciate you genuinely would appreciate you, whether the person is rich or poor. But you can't be, we have too many personalities going on. Even myself, I'm guilty of it, because you see me now here, I'm sitting down, we're all seated here, and people are going to watch us and think, oh my God, these women are, and then they see you somewhere else, you're hanging out in places, what are you doing there? Why do you have this type of friends? You know, do you really think that you should separate who you are as you are, this person that you are, and then be somebody else that is less than? Then you expect so much of, it's kind of, I think we usually conflict ourselves. We want people to see us a certain way, then we act a certain way. We want to be in certain places, but we have certain friends. Everything just has to flow. You know, you want to, preach, you want to talk about God all the time, but then you want to, be in places that you were talking about this, what are you doing here? Your life, there should be harmony in everything that you're doing, so that people can actually see you, and you too can actually be yourself. A lot of us are lost.
This has been very interesting. I've learned something even from what Dabota said. Coming up next is the question of the day.
well, I think that's a bit weird. How can you be happily married? career goals whatsoever, but you're happy.
Yeah.
Then that's your career goal. You're happy already.
Yeah.
But the essence is happiness. I think the most important thing is to be happy. Whether you're single or you're married, be happy, fulfilled.
Welcome back to Moments Girls Talk. Our guest today is Frank Dogger, Dabota Lawson. Well, Frank Dogger and his other personality. All right, so for the question of the day, it's related to what we were talking about earlier. It says, Frank, for you, just Frank/Kule, for you, you could. I can't like look at you and not laugh, especially when you pull out Frank on me. I just can't. All right, the question says, if you had to choose between being a happily married woman or man with no career or ambition, or a highly successful woman or man with no hopes of a husband or wife, which would it be?
It's a tough question.
So you're happily married, you don't have career or ambition, or you're really, really successful and there's no future spouse. Which one would it be?
Which would you choose?
Well, I think that's a bit weird. How can you be happily married, no career goals whatsoever, but you're happy?
Yeah.
But that's your career goal. You're happy already.
Yeah.
But the essence is happiness. I think the most important thing is to be happy. Whether you're single or you're married, be happy, fulfilled. Because one of the problems we have is we have a lot of unhappy singles who think getting married is going to bring them
Going to
happiness.
make them
Exactly.
happy.
And that's the
Good
problem.
point.
Exactly.
So I think
Good
I'll
point.
actually pick my career.
Career?
I will. I mean, I want to have kids, and I really do want to have kids, but I don't have to, I mean, I just feel like, as he said, what is my essence? What is my core? I'm happiest when I'm at work. Is that because I've not found the one? Maybe. Maybe if I find the one and it makes me so much happy and I might think, okay, well, career, I can put this away.
And the second option was
You'll be successful, but you don't
successful,
get married.
You
but
won't get married.
you won't get married.
I can't choose. I'm sorry. That's the
You have to choose one. We won't let you go unless you choose. It's hypothetically.
Hypothetically, yeah.
It's not the same. It's not just hypothetically.
It's still a difficult question, though.
It is difficult.
What would you do, Khalid?
I want to be successful with my career because I believe there's a purpose for which you were sent to this place. There's a certain
Aside from
thing you're
marriage.
supposed to achieve.
Yeah.
So what's the point getting married to someone, raising a family, and
Yeah.
you didn't achieve that purpose? On that last day, they're not going to say, form a
Oh
safe
Lord, I got
statement.
married.
How many children? 18. Let inside. You, one. No. It's who are there?
Who you have?
Who you help?
Yeah.
Who you
Your
help?
mate are discovering cure for it.
Thank you.
What have you discovered?
Thank you.
Word.
Thank God, we thank God for you discover 18 children, but
Okay,
after
that was
that,
the answer.
All eyes on you.
I think she'll be married. I can say that she'd rather be married with children.
and happily married.
Happily married?
Happily married with children, I think.
It's so
I
maternal.
love children,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
so much. So I'll probably pick that. It won't be about marriage, but it will be about the kids.
Wow. This is one of the harder questions we've had in a long while. But before we let you guys go, Michelle hasn't answered. We'll let her slide.
She hasn't answered either. I like that. She's the one
You
reading
know
the
that's the
question.
great
She
thing
hasn't
about doing the question
answered.
today. You don't have to answer it. Before
Bonnie always changes the word. She always
Yeah,
changes
watching
the
you.
word.
Before we let you go, Kule
We're
and
watching
Dabota,
you.
we'd like to, find out a little bit more about you. Share with us something, a celebrity secret, something that we don't
No
know
one
about
else
you.
knows.
As Dabota is pondering deeply.
And she actually just revealed one. She loves kids.
Yeah, that's not a secret, Tucker.
True.
Somebody that has one mind. My mind is like everything is open.
Everything is open,
That's all.
like an open book
That's the thing.
or like an open computer.
Big exercise book.
Okay. So no secrets at all.
I don't use because a honest mind is like white rice. You don't need to hide anything. No
An honest mind is like what?
white rice.
Oh my God.
Because does Kunle have a secret though? Does Kunle have a secret?
Because the last time we meet him, because anybody who wear white shirts now is a pure mind man.
Okay, so because you're wearing a white shirt, you're pure.
See the work of God.
Amen.
You have our other guests too.
Yes, she's also a pure. She has a pure
Okay,
mind.
Dabota, do you have one now?
Oh my God.
The thing is, I can't even think of which one.
Are
You
there
can
that
do
many?
more than
Would
one.
it be a big secret to say I'm left-handed?
If no one knows,
That's interesting.
I don't think a lot of people know that.
You're left-handed. Oh, that's cool.
Yes, that I'm left-handed.
There are very few left-handed people in Nigeria. You
Yeah.
know why?
Because they literally
They always
beat,
take
they
the
Tie
beat
your
it
hand
out
back.
of
They
you and
beat
get
it
you
out
to-
of you. My sister was left-handed when she was younger.
So was mine.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So I'm
I know we're crazy people.
Very few people know that I'm a filmmaker.
Oh,
Visual effects artist and animator.
really?
Yeah,
Nice.
Wow, cool.
So that's Kunle.
yeah, I know, right?
Frank Dunga's still looking for a job, so he ain't got no secrets.
Thank you, Frank Kunle, for coming. Thank you, Debusa, for coming. You guys, absolute blast. It was a good discussion, the conversation we had here on Moments. Up next, it's going to be time for your moment.